This is the story of a boy who had nothing. No name, no family. Just the street, the cold, and a heart full of questions. But one small accident opened the door to a past he never knew, and a truth no one ever told him. I thought I was nobody, just another forgotten kid on the streets, until the day I picked up a stranger's wallet. What I found inside changed everything. You know those kids who stand outside bakeries just to smell the bread? Yeah, I was one of them. I don't remember my parents. People said I was left at a train station when I was 2. No notes, no name, just me. I used to wait. I thought maybe someone made a mistake, that one day someone would come back for me. But they never did. So I learned to survive. I begged. I stole. I slept in parks, in alleys, under bridges, anywhere I wouldn't get chased away. At night, I talked to the stars, like they were the only ones who ever listened. I'd ask, is there anyone out there who loves me? I never got an answer, until one cold morning, I found a wallet on the ground. It was thick, full of cash, but when I opened it, I froze. There was a photo inside, a man, a woman, and a little boy standing between them, and that boy looked exactly like me. I told myself to put the wallet back. It wasn't mine. I didn't want trouble. But that photo? The boy had my nose, my eyes, even the way he smiled, tilted slightly to the left just like mine. I kept staring. Then I noticed something else. Behind the photo, there was a business card, simple white with gold letters. Chairman Han Ji-soo, HJ Group Holdings. I didn't know what it meant, but I'd heard that name before. Han Ji-soo? Wasn't he one of the richest men in Korea? I stared at the card. Was it his wallet? No way. Why would someone like that be walking where I lived? I shoved it into my coat. Not because of the money, but because I had this feeling. Like something inside me said, don't let this go. For the next few days, I couldn't sleep. I kept pulling out the photo, comparing it to my reflection in dirty glass windows. It was insane, but I had to know. So one night, I made a decision. I'd go find him. I didn't even know where to start. But the card said HJ Group Holdings. So I walked around the city asking anyone in a suit if they knew where it was. Most ignored me, some laughed. But one lady pointed to a giant glass tower in Gangnam. It looked like it touched the clouds. I stood outside for hours, afraid to go in. I thought maybe security would chase me off. But then a man in a suit dropped his coffee right near me. I helped him pick it up. He asked, "You lost, kid?" I hesitated and showed him the card. He stared at it, then at me. His smile faded. "Where did you get this?" My heart pounded. "I found a wallet. It had this card and a photo." He asked to see the photo. The second he looked at it, he looked like he'd seen a ghost. "Wait here," he said. He walked inside. I waited for 10 minutes, then 20. I was about to leave when 2 guards came out and asked me to follow them. I wanted to run, but something told me, if you run now, you'll never know the truth. So I followed them inside, and right there in the middle of the building, I saw him. The man from the photo. I didn't believe him. How could I? He was rich, powerful, clean-shaven. And me? I smelled like the street. Your son? I laughed, bitter. You think someone like you has a kid like me? But he didn't flinch. He just looked hurt. Then the doctor came in, Dr. Seo. He didn't even ask me for permission, just started taking samples, asking weird questions. Blood, eyes, skin tone. I felt like some kind of lab rat. The chairman, Han Ji-soo, watched it all in silence. Afterward, he asked me to stay in a guest room upstairs. I almost said no, but the room had a warm bed, a shower, and real food. So I stayed. The next morning, Dr. Seo returned. He handed the chairman an envelope. I sat across the room, holding my breath. He opened it slowly, read it, then looked at me. There were tears in his eyes. "It's true," he whispered. "The DNA matches. He's mine." I stood up, my head spinning. "But how?" I asked. "Why was I left?" He looked down, ashamed. And finally he told me. 16 years ago, he had a secret relationship with a woman from a lower class. She got pregnant. His family didn't approve. They threatened her. And one night, she disappeared. They told him she left the country. But the truth was, someone in his family paid her to leave. And when she refused, they took the child, you, and abandoned you. I couldn't breathe. My hands were shaking, my mind spinning. So many nights I cried myself to sleep thinking nobody wanted me, and all this time, I had a father. A powerful one. A father who didn't even know I was alive. But I wasn't sure what hurt more, being abandoned or learning that it wasn't even his choice. "I swear," he said, voice trembling, "I would have raised you if I knew. I searched for years. They told me she ran away with the baby. They lied to me, too." I wanted to believe him, but the pain was still fresh. The years on the street, the hunger, the fear. "I don't need your pity," I snapped. "I survived without you." He nodded slowly. "I know, and I'm sorry for every second of it." Silence filled the room. Then he added, "But you deserve the truth and a choice." He handed me a folder. Inside was everything: my birth certificate, my mother's photo, medical records, even a letter she wrote, but never got to send. In that moment, I broke. Tears ran down my face, because for the first time, someone saw me. Not as a problem, not as a mistake, but as a son, and suddenly all that anger started turning into something else. Not revenge, but a new beginning. Weeks passed. I didn't stay in the mansion right away. I needed time, space. But Chairman Han, no, my father, never forced me. He waited, called, sent food to the shelter I returned to, even offered help for the other kids I used to live with. Slowly, I started visiting his place more. 1 day a week, then 2, until it didn't feel strange anymore. We didn't talk about money or fame. We talked about books, music, my dreams. He asked me what I wanted to be. For the first time in my life, I could actually answer that. "I want to help kids like me," I told him. "I want no one to feel as lost as I did." His eyes lit up. "Then let's do it together." And we did. He started a foundation in my name. We built shelters, schools, even hired some of the street kids I grew up with. One day during a press event, a reporter asked, "What's it like to suddenly find out you're the heir of a billionaire?" I smiled. "I'm not proud because I'm his son," I said. "I'm proud because I found out who I really am." But here's the twist. Later that night, my father showed me another letter. One he had kept hidden. It was from my mother. And in it, she said something that shattered me all over again. "If our son ever finds you, tell him this. He was never unwanted. He was always our miracle. Maybe I didn't start life with a name or a home, but now I have both. And I finally know I was never lost. I was just waiting to be found."